Hey y'all, in this video I'm going to be showing you the designs that I was inspired by Acotar. This is going to be Touch of Magic designs. Um, each one I'm going to start with is going to be the room that I designed for the couple, and then it's going to be Feyre, Rhysand, and then I have another room for Cassian and Nesta. And then I designed another room inspired by Elain, Azriel, and Lucien. So those are the three different sets that I have for this video, and maybe it'll inspire you to design some of your own. First up, we will have the Starfall room, and as you can see, I use a lot of the celestial items, the columns, and the moon-shaped little spheres there. Also use the starry and galaxy windows a lot. Then I use the frozen couches and the frozen fountain, this to give it that Starfall look. That is also the Beauty and the Beast theater. You have to have her bundle to put that in there, but it just went great. Rhysand's outfit, I started with the sweatshirt that is in the men's Touch of Magic area. You had to use different shapes like the curved rectangle and the straight rectangle for the front, and then I added flourishes down the front of it with the blue touch. And the back is the floral little circle, and it has like roses or flowers on it. And I mirrored that image on the back of his sweatshirt, and it also allowed it to go down his arms to give him a very elegant look and in a tux. That's what I was going for. It's very Rhysand looking. And then the wings are also from the premium shop or the previous Halloween Star Path. Next we have Feyre, and I started her off with a black dress, and then I used the squares in the Touch of Magic section and shapes for the ones that faded for the blue, and to make it look like sheer skin, I used a nude color in the squares that faded to give her the V-neck and the blue, and then I used the frozen snowflakes to look like stars, and then I add a lot of flourishes and down her arms and like a nude color, so that way it looks like she's wearing sheer. Next, we have the House of Wind Library. This is inspired by the library in Silver Flames. It's a little seating area. It's got the little chase loungers. It's got the harp in there for Nesta's design. I've got some for like spells and things like that from when she has to scry. So then with Cassian's design, I wanted to give him siphons, and I wanted it to look like he was wearing his Illyrian leathers. So I did the black sweatshirt that I used for Rhysand, and then I added squares in a tan color to make it look like he had a leather vest on. I then took and did, and it does take a lot of that, and then I did different shapes. I did the kind of pentagon looking shape to go around the siphons, and inside the siphons I did circles, but the circles you have to on the shoulders, you have to do like 3 different circles because only parts of them will show, and you have to line them up on the shoulders. Also, I did like triangle brown on his arms to make it come to a point to kind of look like shoulder pads as well on his design. And then the front to make it look like leathers and like ties and stuff like that. I believe it's either a flourish or it's in the floral section. And I butted those together and down his neck to make it look like it was tied together. Next we have Nesta, and I started hers off with a black dress. And I also did the same effect with the shapes. The squares go from solid to they fade out. That way I could give her that silver look, because silver flames, her flame is cold or whatever, so I wanted that to be represented in her dress. Also, I did that V-neck with those shapes to make it look sheer on her chest and to give her a very low cut dress. I also use a lot of flourishes. The middle flourish is the one that has like 2 points on it in the flourish section. Her back, to be like the tattoo, is in shapes, and it is like one of those star shapes. Also, too, the flourishes go down her arms and they go down her dress. And I did it in black because I didn't want her dress to be bright or anything like that. And so it all meshes very well. Next, I gave her the mask from Mulan. I made her eyes silver. Also, that is a crown you get at the beginning of playing the game, and then the harp is from Scrooge's shop. And then I use those items to give her the look from the trove. So that really worked out great that I had those items. If you don't have those items, you won't be able to make this look quite like mine. Next is Elain's patio garden, because in the book it talks about how she's always in the patio or going outside or looking out her window. This is inspired by that. It's a lot of Cinderella items, Beauty and the Beast items, and the back there is Star Path items. The first person that we are going to look at here is Lucien. He has a very autumn look. I used the spirit jersey, and under the neck I used beige to make it look like a v-neck, and then I took dark brown of the semicircle rectangle looking items in Touch of Magic, and I outlined it to make it look like a vest. And then the flourishes on the side are those pumpkin flourishes from Look Like Cinderella to give him that autumn court look. And then that knife, the dagger motif on his side. He has then red hair and scars on his face. That is also in the touch of, or in the wardrobe section. You can change that and change his eyes to make it look like him. He's also wearing the Vanellope shield. He turned out great. Next we have Elain, and Elain's dress has a lot of detail. I also used the same flourish with the pumpkin last to give it that gold detail. You also want to take these squares that fade from a solid to like sheer looking. I did that first to give her to look like she has a midriff and a deep plunging neckline. I also did that on the back too, so it looks like she has an open area in her dress. And then you want to, I also started with like that bright pink under her dress. And then I did a triangle in the front of a lighter pink to match the cherry blossom motif at the bottom of her dress. And then I went in and added those flourishes. Some of them are floral and some of them are flourishes. And you just kind of put them on top. And I did the gold one, it looks like a pumpkin. And then I also did white to match the cherry blossoms at the bottom, because they're pink and white. I met the two pumpkin flourishes together in the middle to like it come to a V, almost like she was wearing a two-piece dress that's just connected by sheer. It's very floral. I feel like it matches kind of her aesthetic. But I believe this dress and Feyre's dress took me the longest, and I may do like a speed build of them later. Last, we have Azriel the Shadow Singer. So what you can do for Az is you can literally take the same design you did for Cassian and the circles that you had to place on the shoulders and on his chest for his siphons. You just change the color to blue. And then you go in and change his hair color, his eye color, and I added like a little bit of a goatee to give him the Shadow Singer's look. He's very introverted, so I wanted him to have that look about him. But that is my designs, my Acotar inspired designs. I hope you like them. My favorite is Feyre's dress that you see here. It is gorgeous. Make sure you like and subscribe to see some of my upcoming videos or my upcoming designs. I may do speed builds of each of these designs, so make sure you check those out. Thank you so much.